Yeah, they're all over us. They're behind you too. These little birds. It's really pretty ones. Very interested in our campsite. They're watching us from the trees. Joe said one just came right over to the table.
One was on this log, and one was right there, and kind of checking things out, but it was more interested in what I was doing. I think they saw you coming.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm getting them very well, but there's several of them zipping around through here. So the fish got my bait. Again. And Joe said that they're jumping like crazy over here. I was going to say biting, but we don't know that yet. So we'll go over here, right?
Let's do it.
We'll let Joe pick the spot this time, because obviously...
My spots suck.
Actually, there are fish there. They're just not.
Right.
If they are interested in the bait, they're just stealing it.
They may actually want to move
Oh, yeah.
fly right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right out there.
Yep.
Where it gets deep.
They're kind of pooling right there. Nice.
Get out of your way. This one on your scan. Come on, baby. Take it.
Do not pack fish bait onto a hook and then clean your teeth.
Oh.
That doesn't taste very good. Leave the line loose so we can tell.
Sure. That's awesome.
So we had the two good bites. One I'm certain we would have caught, but what happened is when I tied the hook on and I cut the extra line after tying it on, I cut it too close to the knot, and I knew when I did that it might be a bad idea. So I threw it in anyway, and when I pulled it in, the hook was gone, the bait, everything, and I knew I had a fish on there, but the problem was the knot had unraveled because of the way I cut the line. So there's a fish in here somewhere with a hook and cheese in his mouth, or down his throat, because these are little hooks. And then we had another bite, and that time they were just sort of testing the line. Gave it a good pull a couple of times. I let it sit for a while and then reeled it in, and some of my bait was missing, but that was it. So, still trying. Joe went over to lay down. He's not feeling too good. We had this problem last time when we came up here. I think, he's really sensitive to the altitude. I am too, but not quite on the level he is. So I think he's got a touch of altitude sickness. Anyway, my line's out. It's nice and loose, so if it tightens up, I'll know I have something. We were hoping to catch just a couple of fish, even mediocre sized, and fry them up for lunch. I'm thinking about going to the far end of the lake, but I'm not sure if I really want to do that. Well, they've stopped biting over that way, so I'm seeing quite a few jump over here. So we're going to cast over into here. Well, there's one swimming around in this really shallow water over here. I've tried everything else. They're in here. They just don't care about my power bait. The only thing I've changed is I've taken my bait here and put about half as much on the hook so that it's just barely covering the hook. So hopefully we have a better chance. If these are smaller fish with smaller mouths, we'll see what happens. worst case scenario, Joe and I plan to walk down to Ruth Lake, possibly on our way out, I'm not sure. And I know we'll catch fish there. Decent size too. So these fish only seem to be interested in bugs. So if you're a fly fisherman, you'll do well here. They're not interested in my power bait. Well, that spot resulted in a rather gnarly snag that took my sinkers and hook. No matter how much I worked with it, I eventually just had to give it up. So I'm gonna set my line back up, but I think Ruth Lake might be the next hopeful destination for fishing. Joe's still taking a nap, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. After some consideration, I've decided to go over to the side of the lake where I keep casting toward, where the fish are jumping, and actually fish from that shore. Go figure, huh? Looks like there's a nice little pathway leading right along the shoreline, so that's good. This is the spot where they keep jumping. Yeah, I was right over there, casting into here, but not quite reaching. I keep seeing them jump right through here, so this is where we will try. That's a pretty good spot right there. Put it on this tree. Nice and snug. Less fish bait on the hook. We'll see what happens.
Now I taught the weeping willow how to cry, and I showed the clouds how to cover up a clear blue sky. And the tears that I cried for that woman are gonna flood you, big river, and I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota, and it tore me up every time I heard her drawl, southern drawl. Then I heard my dream was back downstream, cavorting in Davenport, and I followed you, big river, when you called. Then you took me to St. Louis, later on down the river. A freighter said she's been here, but she's gone, boy, she's gone.
Okay, I was just reeling in my line, and my bait's floating right out there because a fish jumped on it. He came right out of the water, and I don't know if I've hooked him or not. Yeah, I have. Come here, you little bugger. Oh, I've also got a big log attached to my line. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. He's a brookie and he's a keeper. Nope, he's not a brookie. That is a tiger trout. Woohoo! He's a fighter. My friends, is what patience does. It pays. Back here, you little bugger. He's beautiful. He's probably 10 inches. Oh. It's interesting, he's got the brown markings like a brook trout. Not the spots, just the brownish hue to him. So there's one. Let's hope I can catch another one. And that'll be lunch. If not, we can share this one. He's fat enough. That's a keeper. That's not a baby fish by any means, and that's all I was starting to think we're in here. So we put a little bit of water in with it because we don't have any oil. And so far, you can see that some of the meat's already cooked. It's only been in there a few minutes.
It's helping to boil it up a bit.
Yep. We don't have a lid, unfortunately.
Left it at home,
Yep.
along with a lot of other things. Yeah. We both forgot a lot this trip.
Yeah, what did you forget?
Oh man.
I know, you
I'm
can't
not
remember
awake
what
enough.
you forgot.
Yeah, well, the lid for this, the thing I put underneath my feet underneath my hammock, extra trash bags, anything to clean my hands with.
Yeah. You at least
there was
remembered
other stuff.
TP.
I remember TP, but I'm almost out.
Ooh, that smells good. Oh yeah, that's making me hungry. I forgot. I have a windbreaker that I could have brought, that I meant to bring, which is not the end of the world. And then I did not bring any kind of toilet paper of any kind, and thankfully I haven't needed it. So there's that.
Yeah.
What else did I decide I forgot?
I don't know.
Don't get old, people. You forget what you forgot to remember.
Look at that coming along.
Yeah.
That side's almost done, and I'll flip it back over.
Nice. It smells so good. We need smell-o-vision.
We need smell-o-vision. It's actually working surprisingly good.
Yeah.
That water was the trick.
So something else we don't have is plates. So what we're gonna do is use these rocks as plates. Now I know this is a really bad idea. It attracts animals and yada yada yada, but this is our last day here.
Yep.
We're gonna eat this fish and we're gonna hoof it down to Ruth Lake after this, pack up our gear. So not a big deal. Nice. So this is amazing. And I know some people would pay some good money. Maybe not on rocks, but
Right.
definitely to eat.
Mountain caught trout.
Oh my gosh, it doesn't get fresher than right out of the lake. So good. And Joe thought to bring salt and pepper, so
One thing I didn't remember.
yeah. So the fish is consumed and disposed of. It was fantastic.
That was good.
It was seriously so good. But we still need more calories, so I'm having a Mountain House stroganoff. And Joe's having a Cliff Bar. No, he's also having some kind of noodles, right? And I'm going to try these osmotic cranberries from the MRE yesterday. See if
we're,
these are any good.
Just like these guys in this picture. We're smiling and having a good time.
That's right.
Just like it.
Look how clean they are.
Totally cliche. Yeah.
They're like, yay! Their teeth are white and their pants are clean and such crap.
Like that happened.
Like, you really want to know the truth? Look at this mess. Want to try some? They're really good. I can just pour some in your hand
Oh, sorry.
if you want more. There's a lot in here.
They're good. Thank you. Reminds me of look at it.
Fruity bacon. I like it.
All right, so pressure's on them on camera.
Yeah.
I found these to be really good together, and it's a pretty lightweight deal for a meal. A little chili flavor ramen and star-kissed jalapeno.
Nice.
It's actually quite tasty.
That sounds good.
It's strong by the time you're done, but
Yeah.
and it's what, 2.5 ounces and 0.3, so it's less than 3 ounces.
Right.
It's not a huge meal, but not
Ooh.
bad.
And there's my boil.
Will you lance my boil, Sonny?
Whoa, wrong way. Here's my stroganoff meal. Cool. And as you can see, the Ziploc lining has already separated before I've even done anything with it. I'm having that problem a lot lately with Mountain House, even though I love their food. That's really annoying. So I have to fold the bag instead of zip it. Is my spork over there? Thank you, sir. Stir it up. Make sure it all gets mixed in. And about 10 minutes from now, it'll be cooked. People are going to be so happy when I fold their faces in half.
Right.
Ah, the horror.
They're still smiling.
Do you have no souls?
Done.
All right. And then Mr. Tmax here gave me this. I need to pay attention in the store what comes in packets because this is so handy. It's basically Nutella in a pouch. How cool is that? And what am I going to put it on, you may ask? Why, nothing. I'm going to squeeze it into my face.
Raw.
Coming along.
Yep.
Just mixing in the spices. Well, the spice pack.
Is the tuna in there already?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Cool. Just a few more minutes, my precious. My precious.
It's almost there.
Oh yeah. Creamy goodness. Delicioso. Yeah, I think mine needs a few more minutes. It looks a little, I don't know, let me try a noodle.
Well, it says on it you have until June 2027 to use it.
So I can sit here till 2027.
It's a lot of camping.
It's done.
Nice. A little too much water, huh?
Yeah, but not too bad. It's more of a gravy.
How much did you put in?
2 cups. It
So,
says
oh,
2 cups. I probably could have gone less because I don't have it right.
It's usually 1 3/4. Okay. Right about there. Okay, here we go. Here's the chili ramen with jalapeno star-kissed tuna.
What a great idea.
You want to smell it?
Ooh.
You like it?
Yeah.
It's kind of strong, right?
Mm-hmm. Good? Nice. Well, guys, the time has come. It is time to depart. Look at our kitchen table. Who does that?
Slobs.
Yeah. We've had a great time, even though the night was rough for Joe. I think it's kind of balanced out, I hope.
More or less.
And hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I appreciate you watching. And Mr. Tmax appreciates you watching. And we'll see you in the next one. Adios, amigos.
Years ago, on a cold, dark night, someone was killed beneath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all agreed that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. Now she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The scaffold was high, eternity near. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes cries at night. When the cold wind moans in a long black veil, she cries over my bones. Now she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you don't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life. I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. Now she walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Nobody